KCAA.
All right, this is Empire Talks Back. I hope we had a great week. Oh man, we have so many things to be disappointed about, which gives us so many things to lean on our powerful faith and vision to know that, that's just like the nighttime is going away. And giving you a chance each and every day to start it over and make it move the way you want it to. I know a lot of you guys, you old guys, you thought Mike Tyson was going to knock that young man out. You know, it just ain't happening like that. But how many could stand in there that long under the kind of assault that symbolically our old tradition is being under the same type of attack by a new aggressive repeat on the concept of, y'all ain't worth it. Y'all can't handle it. Some call it supremacist, some call it inferiority. I think it's, as I spoke to the pastor this morning, this Cain and Abel. We've had this issue of dispute and hate and dislike and misunderstanding and mama loved me more than she loved you ever since we've been on the planet. That doesn't stop us from trying to deal with the fact of balancing it out to make it right, to decide that there are some issues that we're not going to let just go by without challenging them. And this gives us an opportunity to let the hero, shero, come out in some of us, and the I'm willing to follow you and fight with you come out from others. We have a shero on the line with us this morning. Okay, but we are going to be talking to the shero, attorney Ariva Martin. She has represented the Section 14, Palm Springs Section 14 survivors in court. They have been responding to the 1965-66 burning, destroying, demolition of Palm Springs homes, families being destroyed. The city of Palm Springs naturally, for whatever reason, and I'll say naturally because that tends to be the position that most politicians take, political situations take, naturally trying to hold on to theirs and deny the people theirs, ours. So we had a battle from 1965 to 2024. One that's definable because we could look at the beginning and thank the Lord, the end of the actual battle, not the end of the war, because the war of equality, the war of fairness is still going to go on. That's Cain and Abel. But we'll have the opportunity to talk to Attorney Martin and get an idea of exactly what went down. But we know we have a $5.9 million settlement. Now, we could have turned that into a B and I still wouldn't be satisfied. But satisfaction, that's not for the activists. I've never heard that the ocean is satisfied by a perfect wave. It continues to roll. And so I think that's the battle and that's the struggle that we are in. When we see inequality, when we see issues that need to be straightened out, we deal with them. The state of California has said, stop the hate.
Stop the hate.
Other states across the country are going to echo and working to echo that statement. But stopping the hate will not be done by the statement. It'll be done by the activity, the actions, the step up. And how do you stop the hate? Some of us say you have to spread the love. Well, you have to acknowledge the hate, first of all. We have to acknowledge that there's some differences going on that some people will misinterpret as a basis for hate. And then there's some people who notice that there's some differences out here that demonstrate why we want to include everybody. It's like you take the beautiful melody of the music and you listen to the wind blow, and then you hear the natural voice of love echoing in that, and the next thing you know, you've got a tune that everybody likes, and they call it a hit.
Song for my children.
Song for my children. So what we're looking at here is, after we look at the hate, realize it's there, we have a battle that we can take to actually catch everybody's attention, penalize a few people who probably are no longer there to receive the penalty, much like the Palm Springs City Council, who affected the demolition, who approved the demolition, who accelerated the stress on the lives of over 200 households. The fact that it was another city council who came and provided the relief is great. But we had to discover it, work on it, fight it. Just as we have to look at and discover the beauty of the diversity that we represent, the inclusion, what is it that's good, what is it that we really want to have people looking at and paying attention to, that part we'll call spreading the love. We have in the studio with us Miss Latrice Pickett.
Christine. Antoinette Pickett. Latrice Christine.
What did I say?
You said Latrice Pickett. He doesn't put my middle name and my last name. It's okay.
Okay, but I did, I'm okay. Well, that's okay. See how we can improve? You can't improve till you step out there and say something. Latrice, how are you this morning?
I'm fine. How about yourself?
God is great. I'm extremely grateful.
Yes,
extremely
he is.
grateful.
Yes, he is.
Now, Latrice is here because she is producing an event called the IE People's Choice?
IE Choice Awards.
Choice Awards.
Correct.
Yes, and that Choice Awards represents a little bit of what I call spreading the love. It is a stop the hate attitude as far as I'm concerned.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about the purpose of your IE Choice Awards.
So basically, myself and Latoya Green, shout out to Latoya Green, the other half of All Smiles Love and Care Foundation. What we wanted to do was basically, like you said, spread the love out here in the IE. When there's stuff going on out here in San Bernardino, in the IE area, period, it's always some sort of a negative type of, thing.
That's why we call it Empire Talks Back.
Yeah.
The rest of the world has a view of us that's spread by people who are not like us, who don't necessarily love who we are and what we're
There
doing.
you go.
And praise the Lord for you echoing that just from an attitude. I feel good about that.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So we want to make sure that we, spread the positivity and show, shine the light on stuff that is good going on out here. You have so many different businesses. They've been, open for years and they don't get no love. They don't get no appreciation. Nobody's giving them anything, and we want to make sure that we, let them know that we see them. You know what I'm saying? And the positive things that they are bringing to the community. And by doing that, we want to put on our own Oscars, our own BET, our own Grammy Awards, and shine that light on the positive things that are going on in the Inland Empire. So we came up with this award show.
Okay.
To have our own award show that will be broadcasted on, television and different things like that. So to where they can actually look, okay, every year, the end of December, the first week of December, this is what's going on. They start campaigning for this, award.
Start the holiday.
Like
work that turkey off on your way to the
what I'm
next
saying?
one. Right.
Yeah, so we want to make sure that we are, putting that out there so that when, they come to this event, this is not just, come as you are. We come in dress, suited and booted, dresses, and heels and everything like that to show them like, hey, no, we know how to dress out here. We know how to look classy. We know how to do what we do. So we just want to show that and broadcast that.
Very good. In terms of the awards and the what are the categories of awards that you'll be giving away?
So, some of the categories, we may have Business of the Year, Community Activist of the Year. We'll have, of course, our R&B, male, female, hip-hop Artist of the Year, R&B Artist of the Year. We have Chef of the Year. We have Nail Tech of the Year.
Okay.
These are stuff that people, we don't take lightly because, we know us women, hey, and us men too, sometimes we need the manicures. We need our nails done. We need
Sure.
pedicures.
That's a business.
So, yeah, it's a business. We got Hairstylist of the Year. We have Lifetime Achievement Awards, Decade of the Year. We have, man, it's the list goes on. We have so many different awards.
Will we have a peach cobbler or banana?
Hey, that's on the making. We keep telling people what y'all want to see. Let us know what y'all want to see. We're gonna make sure we have it. You know what I'm saying? We try to get we try to hear the voices of the people out here. We tell them, send us some categories y'all want to see in there. We have Comedian of the Year that we added on this year.
Okay.
We have Social Media Influencer of the Year. So these are stuff that this is, Entrepreneur of the Year. Some awards were just kind of given to people and spotlighting what they do. So, that we just give those certain people awards. We have We See You awards, stuff like that. So it's a lot of different awards that we're giving out. And the best part about it is they don't know if they won until they actually got there.
Right.
So this is like them awards. This is the awards show.
Do they know they've been nominated?
Oh, they know they've been nominated.
Okay.
We definitely send out the nominations, but they don't know if they won until they got there.
Have your nominations gone out yet?
Yes, nominations have gone out.
Okay. Do you want to announce some of those later as we go, or do we want to set that up for something later here?
Oh yeah, we could definitely set that up for some later. We'll do. Some people that's been nominated for these different events will definitely can go and shout them out as well.
Very good, exciting. This is Empire Talks Back. I'm talking to Latrice. Give me that.
Latrice Christine, aka Antoinette Pickett.
Latrice Christine, aka Pickett, middle name.
Yep, there you go.
Pick a name. I got you. Okay. This is Empire Talks Back. I'm Wallace Allen. We're here on the case for truth and justice with the right information to help improve the situation. And take a short break, and we'll be right back. Hey, be careful. Don't burn those eggs. All right.
Publish your legal notice in West Side Story newspaper. For the best service and the best rates, call 909-384-8131. Publishing legal notices in the city and county of San Bernardino since 1990. West Side Story provides friendly expert service. Call 909-384-8131 to benefit from budget-friendly rates. Whether a fictitious business name, a name change, a divorce summons, or any other legal or public notice, call West Side Story newspaper 909-384-8131. 909-384-8131. That's 909-384-8131.
If you ever plan to motor west, travel my way, take the highway, that's the best. Get your kicks on Route 66. It winds from Chicago to more than 2,000 miles all the way.
Listen, I grew up in Joliet, Illinois, about 50 miles outside of Chicago. The main street running through the city of Joliet was called Chicago Street.
Really?
But actually, it was Route 66.
Route 66.
Route 66. Nothing like Route 6. And I've come to California, and here I am, right here on Route 66. Nothing like it. A great place, an iconic city, an iconic street, most famous road on the planet. So you guys, we have something that we can lean on and work on that everybody already knows about. So, and it has its history that needs to be emphasized and corrected. It was one of the, you can think that the route from across the country was probably established by ancient tribes, ancient people on the planet.
Ancient folks.
Yeah, who walked in first, because that little pathway became a little wider route. The next thing you know, it became a little road, and now it turned into a superhighway. But with that superhighway, I want to bring Attorney Areva Martin on. We've been talking a little bit about the importance of the struggle, acknowledging the struggle. It's, like you said, 1965 till 2024, there has been a battle for equity, a battle for doing the right thing. Attorney Areva Martin help turn that corner. Good morning, Ms. Martin. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Thank you so much.
You are fantastic. I should have had that in my introduction so that you'd had to say something else. Fantastic. You are a shero. You are an amazing person. You represent to me that solid line of resistance with vision and commitment that represents really why we can call you a shero. Tell us about your involvement with the Palm Springs Section 14 survivors. And, you know, if we were on the elevator, it's a long elevator. You know, we got a long elevator. It's stair steps to heaven, but as long as you need. But give us a synopsis of what you have been through with the city of Palm Springs and that glory moment when the city of Palm Springs announced that, okay, Arriva, let go of my neck. I can't breathe. Okay, here, you win.
Well, let me say this, Wallace. It was
Yes.
California, Section 14. Some people think it's Palm Springs, Florida, so I have to make sure they understand it's Palm Springs, California. And I think what is most significant about this story is that these civil rights, social justice warriors were all in their twilight years. You think of social justice activists and movement folks as being college students or millennials.
Yeah, you're cutting out. I don't know if you're driving or what, but we're losing some important words there, Arriva.
Wow, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but you're cutting in and out. And I was saying, are you moving? Are you traveling?
No, I'm not. I'm stationary.
That's just that old devil trying to keep us from being together. We're going to work it through there. Now that I know who the villain is, I got a way to work with that. I'm going to be praying real hard. You keep talking.
Yeah, no, I was saying what's so beautiful about this story is that this movement was led by seniors. The average age of the survivors is probably 70, 75 years old. And these folks showed up in the most significant way that you can imagine. They never gave up hope. They marched, they rallied, they prayed, they remained steadfast, they kept their eye on the ball, and they brought this across the finish line. Pearl Beavers, who is the lead claimant, looked for a year or so for a lawyer. And the reason she was having a hard time finding a lawyer is because this atrocity, this racial atrocity, occurred more than 60 years ago. And in our civil system, claims that are more than 2 or 4 years old or barred by statute of limitations. They're barred from the court. So the lawyers that she called, when they heard that these atrocities occurred in the 1960s, they, of course, said, we're not interested.
Too late.
There's no case here. There's nothing we can do to help you. This is a horrible situation, but we're sorry. And when I talked to Pearl, I shared with her, this is going to be a struggle. It's going to be a long fight. We're going to face a lot of obstacles because there isn't a case because of the same things other lawyers have told you. But I believe in the people. And I said, we're not going to just rest on the legal issues. We're going to make this into a movement. And we made it into a movement that involved more than just using the legal system. We used storytelling. We used grassroots organizing. We used all of the tools available to us, tools that many of which were used by civil rights activists in the 60s and 70s. And we did that, and I am so proud of the seniors in their twilight zone, many in their wheelchairs and walkers and canes, who made this possible.
Kind of like that Mike Tyson fight. He didn't. I mean, it appears, we won by being there, and $5.9 million is a significant figure. But like I said earlier, we could have got $50 billion and still not have, be satisfied, no more than the ocean is satisfied. by a perfect wave, but the battle, the movement, and seeing that there are people like you who are willing to look beyond the fences to find a gate, to create a gate or a tunnel to get to where we need to be. I'm just so proud to be able to say that I saw this happen. And
you know, it's important, Wallace, to note the $5.91 million is the restitution directly to the survivors. But this agreement is valued at $27 million. We should not lose sight of that. This includes $20 million in housing initiatives to help first-time home buyers buy homes to start to build back generational wealth, $1 million in economic support for small businesses. It involves a building of a monument that will honor and recognize the contributions of the Section 14 survivors. It involves the renaming of a park that will recognize and honor their survivors, a day of remembrance, and a commitment by the city to work with the Section 14 nonprofit organization to develop and build a racial injustice healing center. So, you know, the media has focused on the cash restitution, but this is so much bigger than cash. This is a recognition of the humanity and the dignity of these survivors, and they will be memorialized for generations to come in the annals of Palm Springs history as having picked from dirt, revived from dirt, a dead story, a story that had been counted out, that they brought back to life.
Much like many of the institutional racism issues that present themselves across the country, in situations that the statute of limitations would appear to protect the perpetrators from. Many of the things that are happening, as we discuss in one of my next campaigns, or to include in this campaign, is what's going on with veterans and veterans benefits. It's an amazing thing what happened with the GI Bill and how accessible it was to people who were white. But everyone who had any type of melanin in their skin had a different type of hill to climb. So the template that you've set, the willingness to not be restricted by the little legal fence that they hold you in, the ability to see that there's a much larger moral fence that, when properly set forth and put before people, can indeed make them move toward righteousness, make them move toward fairness. And I think it's particularly interesting that the city council in Palm Springs initially was very resistant.
Oh, I mean,
they were very,
that's an understatement.
Yeah, they were very protective of a racist
and of a narrative, Wallace.
Yeah,
not just protective of their resources, but they had been a part of perpetrating or perpetuating, I should say, a narrative that demonized these survivors. And so that's another victory here, is that we now are talking about pioneers and heroes, not public nuances.
Oh my goodness! Say it again.
And squatters.
Say it again.
Because that's how they were described.
Absolutely.
They were described as squatters.
Absolutely.
And folks who, were dregs of this society, dregs of this community.
Holding the city back.
Holding the city back, bringing it down. You know, the false narrative that black folks move in and they bring the property values down. And now Pearl Divers and the survivors are, social justice advocates and activists and warriors and heroes. So the rewriting of history is probably the most significant victory that we need to celebrate. Now, the mainstream media won't talk about that. They won't talk about how these black and brown people were demonized. But we need to lift that story up and make sure everybody understands that this isn't money. This is rewriting our history, which so many folks are hell-bent on erasing.
Yes, it's a template.
On erasing our history.
It's a template for battling this institutional hate that our country has involved itself back. It's headed that way again, but once again, like Cain and Abel, it's never really gone away, and I don't expect that it ever will. Our point is to create a lane a very safe lane in terms of knowing that at least we are battling and willing to fight and have the resources and the spirit to do so. Right down the middle of hate and love, because we need the two of those things, I guess, that's what's going to make it work. Because we can get too far over on the love thing and forget that there's and the next thing you know, we've got a little town operating in great love, and we are confronted by someone who's totally violent, and we don't even know what violence is. And the next thing you know, we're no longer there. Rosewood, Tulsa, that's what can happen. So there's a protection. You know, as you build up your community, you have to have a way to protect it. I would think that we may have a renewed sense of faith in the legal system. How do you feel as you've gone through this? I know at some point during this you probably thought that, gosh, I'd have been better off if I had done something else. I don't know what else it would have been. But to still...
Well, I have a renewed sense
Yes.
in the power of people. Because this is a people-led movement, and it would not have happened without the people who were impacted, but as well as the allies. Allies like yourself, the LGBTQ community, Jewish rabbis, Episcopalian priests. I can tell you this, Wallace, as disappointing as this is, the African American clergy in Palm Springs didn't show up. They didn't show up.
Oh, but they'll be wanting them tithes.
They didn't show up. They were afraid. They were negative. They were naysayers. They did not show up. And that was disappointing.
Yes.
So we had to move forward without them. We had to import black pastors from other communities. We had to rely on white Episcopalian priests and white rabbis. They stood with us. They marched with us. They worked with us.
Well, you know, one of the things that we've discovered with this hate is that even as because of the California commitment to put $200 million in a Stop the Hate program that was primarily put together because of the hate the Asian American community was feeling as a result of President Trump saying they were responsible for the COVID. One of the things we found out was that reporting hate, responding to hate, black people don't tend to do it, even though we are 31 or a third of all of the hate incidents in the state of California reported. That's reported. I don't know people. Miss Latrice, have you ever reported a hate crime?
No.
Okay.
Unless they was messing with my food at Applebee's.
Yeah, well, but I bet you, have you ever sat at a party and talked to your friends about the hate?
No.
I mean, yes, you have.
Well, you mean talk to them about what?
No, just well, you know what they did today.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, and when I said they knew who you were talking about.
Right.
Okay. So I'm saying that these pastors, unfortunately, have become part of that pattern where it's so normalized. This hate thing is so normalized. That's why I congratulate you, and once again, our seniors who. I say our seniors, you know, most of them are my juniors, but I say congratulate our seniors for hanging in here, because it's such a natural thing to say, we're gonna go pray about this. We're gonna go, you know, and because that was a survival technique at a certain point. Seriously, we teach our kids, we brag about telling our boys, you know, I sat down and had the conversation so he'll know how to, and I paraphrase this, so he'll know how to kiss the police's behind so he can come home safely. That's not natural. That's not something we should have to do, but it's something we do, and we tend to do it with, it's normal. And that's what these preachers that you're in Palm Springs probably felt as I continue to make excuses and understandings for people who don't look at it the same way I do, because I know, despite the fact that my mother says I'm the smartest thing on the planet, I am not.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Wallace. I appreciate your support. I appreciate your advocacy. And join us on December 6th. We'll be down in Palm Springs celebrating this victory, and we would love to have you with us.
I will be there, and that's another excuse for not going to cold Chicago. Praise
Wonderful,
Attorney
wonderful.
Areva Martin, you are a blessing to us all.
Thank you.
Especially to those naysayers who are trying to look the other way and act like you were not happening. Praise the Lord for your strength, and I pray for you every day that you stay
Oh,
strong
thank
enough.
you so much. I
And,
appreciate you, my
on this-
brother. I'll see you soon.
Oh, yeah,
All
and
right.
on that next battle, I'll be right there with you.
Oh,
God bless
appreciate that.
you. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Yes, we've just had a great conversation with attorney Ariva Martin, civil rights attorney, nationally known, internationally, as we look at who's been paying attention to the Palm Springs Section 14 situation. They were covered throughout the world and ignored by everybody despite that fact, until Attorney Martin came up with a plan and a process and a procedure to take this thing to the hoop and score. So this is Empire Talks Back. We're going to come back and speak to Mr. Latrice right after this. You guys go home and go turn those eggs over, and we'll be right back.
All the way. Get your kicks on Route 66.
Publish your legal notice in West Side Story newspaper. For the best service and the best rates, call 909-384-8131. Publishing legal notices in the city and county of San Bernardino since 1990. West Side Story provides friendly expert service. Call 909-384-8131 to benefit from budget-friendly rates. Whether a fictitious business name, a name change, a divorce summons, or any other legal or public notice, call West Side Story newspaper 909-384-8131. 909-384-8131. That's 909-384-8131.
All right, we are back. This is Empire Talks Back, brought to you by the Improve Association, promoting business and community partnerships and community news via WSSnews.com. We are and can all improve. This resource was supported in whole or in part by funding provided by the state of California, administered by the California State Library via California Black Media as part of the Stop the Hate program. The program is supported by partnership with California Department of Social Services and the California Commission on Asian and Pacific Islander American Affairs as part of the Stop the Hate program. To report a hate incident or hate crime and get support, go to CA versus Hate. This is an improved think factory. Stop the hate. 833-8-NO-HATE. 833-8-NO-HATE. Report a hate incident. Report a hate crime. 833-8-NO-HATE. This has been good. Latrice, I don't know if you were aware of the Palm Springs Section 14 issue before, but you'll carry some of that with you, boy.
That's a blessing.
Yeah, she really
did
is.
that.
But one of the things that I've heard about you is that you are a singer.
Yes, I am.
You have brought some music that we can listen to.
Yes.
I'd like to see. Well, you tell Eric what you would like for us to hear.
Well, our first song is called "What's the Point." I am an R&B artist, and it's featured Tycoon 62. Shout out to him. That's one of my artists. He is a hip hop artist, and he is my husband too.
All right.
So yeah, we have LK Smiles Management. Shout out to that. We're managing him, and then my kids with their modeling and stuff like that. So yeah, we have a lot of exciting things to go on. So this is a song right here. It's called "What's the Point."
Yep.
Go listen to it.
Let's agree on the beat.
What's the point of being honest? I done tried 1,000 times to roller coaster ride. Just another broken promise. Games get played and you ain't changing, but you keep trying time and time. Change my mind. What's the point of being honest? Honest. Oh yeah. Silly me, no, I cannot get used to this. You the definition, what excuses is. Killing down my walls and no one moving in. I get 98, but what's your 2%? Yeah, I keep trying. Another disappointment, I keep crying. Another conversation, I serve violent. Thought you was a rider, I'm the only one riding. Thought you was the one and now you're changing up. Blowing up my phone and I keep hanging up. Always talking about you ain't afraid of none. But the truth is I think you're afraid of love. Lost my patience, you keep making the same old statements. Round and round like the roller ranking. I keep praying, it got me thinking. What's the point of being honest? I done tried 1,000 times, a roller coaster ride. Just another broken promise. Games get played and you ain't changing, but you keep trying time and time to change my mind. What's the point of being honest?
Now what's the point of being honest, baby? I give you a couple reasons. You know I'm loyal to the soil. I'm all in without blinking, just like a poker game. You the cause I'm holding my everything. So royal flush, you the queen, I'm the king. On our kids is ace of spades, cause you know they come before us. So I played the hand I was dealt. I'm telling you, if I can have it all, I keep it to myself. I know you tell me that you love me, not nobody else. Nowadays you got me second guess, cause you been talking reckless and you being fucking self. So while we talking honesty, do you remember the days when you were steady following me? Even though I kept it 100 with you at the same time, but you said my word wasn't worth shit, not a damn dime. Can you explain to me what the fuck you think what love is? Still to this day shit I've been cleaning up what cuz did. And you wanna sit here talk about what it was and what it is, cause you can't tell me that I'm the best thing that you ever had. That's some honesty for your ass.
What's the point of being honest? I done tried 1,000 times, a roller coaster ride. Just another broken promise. Games get played and you ain't changing, but you keep trying time and time to change my mind. What's the point of being honest? Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. Real nice.
Very good, very
What's
good.
the point of being honest?
What's the point of being honest? Well, yeah, that's what, I think that's what my grandbaby said yesterday.
Look, you like, what's the point
Did
of being
you-
honest if you
did
already
you-
go, you still gonna go. If I'm still
Well,
be
you
honest
know,
with you and then you
yeah.
still gonna go off, what we doing?
I'll admit I wasn't honest, okay? And now that I admitted I wasn't honest, could I have what I was going to have if I'd have been honest?
Oh yeah.
Okay, and now that's where we got fences and gates and mamas and daddies.
Oh man, I'm trying to tell you. It's, yeah, so you know, I would do the R&B singing thing. I'm a live singer. I love singing live. That's my big thing. I tell people the game has changed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody is with this auto-tune stuff and everything like that. And
And
it's
then
like,
they can't do
when
it.
did you just sing a song? Like, you know, you just get on there and just actually sing, you know. And I love doing that.
Excellent, excellent. And we will get a chance to hear some of that on December 7th.
Definitely will. Make sure you guys are tapping in on December 7th where the IE Choice Awards will be going on. Make sure y'all come out there and support. We will be having a couple of artists coming out to perform. Shout out to my sister, Mirage. She is also a singer. She's a lead singer with Climax, and she has her own project, which she's also nominated for R&B Artist of the Year. So we do have a lot of amazing artists coming through there just to be seen. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if she's singing just yet, but she's definitely going to be in the building. She's definitely nominated. She's with the like I said, Climax Meeting in the Ladies Room. Like that.
Okay.
She's the lead singer for that. Shout out to their clothing brand too, Black Rose. They have some amazing clothes in the IE. That's what I'm saying. Like, we really got to start tapping in to these people out here that's doing stuff positive. Shout out to my TLC family, Chris Brown, Jovan, LaKendra. They sell that good tea out there. If you out there trying to lose some weight, you need to take this tea. You know, tap in. Like, don't get left behind. I definitely don't promote anything that is not what it is.
So
I don't want to take nobody's money.
No, I understand. So is that the tea that you take while you're running that 5 miles every morning?
Look, I don't know if you want to be running when you take that tea, because you're going to definitely be running, but I don't know where you're going to be running from. Make sure you at home or you sit down somewhere when you're taking that tea. But yeah, you know, that's definitely some good tea. But just shout out to everybody in the IE. I mean, I just want you guys to know, especially while we're here on the radio station, you know, and they're giving us a platform. You know, shout out to these men right here that's actually giving us a platform to say something. The people that's out there actually doing good and, you know, making a change in the IE, shout out to you guys. You don't have to do it, but you do it anyways. And we just want to say we thank y'all. Just keep shining the light out on you guys. Make sure y'all give it to y'all community. Do what you say you're going to do. That's the number one thing. Don't just say something and you don't do it.
Right. If you say you're going to bring a peach cobbler
Bring us
by
that
the
peach
radio
cobbler.
station, don't be faking, you know. And
We
you
hungry.
I give you the address and the whole deal, so you don't have to fake with that.
Yes. Y'all make
and
sure.
I would say no, seriously, but I was serious.
No, for real.
Okay.
And because we got Thanksgiving coming up, and that also brings November the 19th. We're doing the Meals on Wheels. All Smiles Love and Care Foundation. We like to drive around.
Say that again and slow it down. The name of your foundation.
All Smiles Loving Care Foundation.
Very good.
Make sure y'all come out. We do Meals on Wheels. We drive around and give people food. You know, we try to drive around everywhere.
Get your list of who you take the food to? Because you're saying you guys come on down like everybody's invited to come and eat. Whereas, in fact, I would think maybe we're talking about come down and help feed people or do something that's going to make someone else's life a little bit better.
There you go. So we try to go into the most affected areas, if that makes sense. Like we have, you know.
So do you have a list, or we're just kind of going in the area? Maybe
we go like to
help
Victorville area, San Bernardino area, and Rialto. That's what we're driving around to. So we will have that where we'll be stationed at for that day. You know, we'll be in Victorville for about 2 hours, then move on down to San Bernardino for 2 hours. And then Rialto.
Okay, so people would be able to come by,
get a plate.
Pick up a plate.
Yes,
okay.
Pick you up a plate, get you some food. We're doing the December event as well. We're doing the Gifts on Wheels. So again, we have some people that can't get to where we're at. Our headquarters is in Victorville, but we want to drive out, you know, and drive around the IE and give gifts. So we will also have where you can come pick up something from as well.
That is indeed spreading the love.
And yeah, we want to spread the love. We're not just, you know, we're not trying to just be in one area. We are the IE. The IE consists of a lot of different cities, so we want to make sure we're touching them.
And if you don't have a way of getting mobile, you can spread the love from one spot, because you spread it from you to someone else. That's the spread.
Right.
And the location of the spread, praise the Lord, I'm glad you're able to get out to a lot of places.
Yes.
But I don't want everyone to think that, well, you know, I don't have a car, I ain't in no big organization.
There you go. That's why we're driving. We driving and rolling
I don't know how
around.
I can help somebody. You can help somebody very, very easily. And if you do have a problem with that, give me a call, 909-915-7922. That's my cell number, y'all. 909-915-7922. I'll show you how to help somebody. Yeah, you just tell me you want to, and I'm not going to make it be my pocket, but I will show you how to help somebody.
That's right.
Okay.
That's why you the man.
Yeah.
So you do what you do.
This is Empire Talks Back. I'm Wallace Allen. We are blessed this morning with Miss Latrice and her endeavors with the IE Choice Awards. It's in a situation where she's giving awards to local businesses, to local entrepreneurs, local, I guess, entities that are doing things to help and support the community. She has teased us a little bit with her potential list of awardees. I don't know if we're going to get her to tell us who all of them are, but she has told us who one of them was, the young lady with the R&B Singer of the Year. But are there some others that you would share with us who have been notified already?
Yes, notified. We have people that's been nominated. We have the Chef of the Year. Then we have Chris Plummer that's been nominated for that. Desmond Davis that's been nominated for that. We have Photographer of the Year. Bailey's Capture that's been nominated for that. JTS Photography's been nominated for that. Hip Hop Artist of the Year. We got Shantae Major, Whitney T Spokes that's been nominated for that category. We have female clothing store Lux Blings Trends that's been nominated for that category, along with some other couple of people.
Slow down just a second. Female clothing store. We've got Thanksgiving and Christmas and all those things coming up.
Yeah.
There may be some people, who need to buy something for somebody female that they, hooked up with or been around with for 40, 50 years or something like that.
Yeah, see?
Where would they get in touch with this young lady or this older person or whoever
Y'all
it is?
can get in touch with Lux Bling. She's located in San Bernardino.
Oh.
So she has a storefront, Lux Blings Trends. Her name is Janisha, and she has a storefront. So you guys make sure and go on Facebook. You can find her on Facebook, Instagram, Lux Bling Trends. Okay?
Spell that.
That is Lux Bling.
Short for luxury.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
You know,
See,
you
I'm
get
in.
the luxury for, a little
I
bit
see you.
less
I
expensive.
see you. I
Okay,
see
she
you.
ain't trying to tap you over the head. So, yeah, Lux Bling Trends. She has that. And also for the fellas, we didn't leave y'all out too. We got Truth Off Top Poof that just like, they've been booming since they came out. They're also located in San Bernardino. I believe it's off of Waterman. So they've been nominated. You always got the plug. Shout out to James. That's been in the IE for a long time. Y'all know where to find him at the Waterman Discount Mall. So shout out to the plug. There's a lot of different other, nominees and stuff for these different things. You got Community Activist Awards and stuff like that. Got Chrissy. Limpton.
Chrissy Mills.
Chrissy Mills, yes. So she's been nominated. Man, it's so many different nominees.
Maybe we'll be able to get that list from you and put it on West Side Story newspaper.
Oh, yes, we're definitely going
to
to get that over to you so you can see the nominees.
How about vendors? Are you looking for vendors? Or you have anything that people outside can do at this point other than...
Well, what we're looking
we want
for...
them to buy tickets, but what else can
we
they do?
definitely want y'all to buy tickets. If you still want to sponsor, we are definitely looking for that, okay? Shout out to Toya Green. Like I said, that is my other half of All Smiles Love and Care Foundation. That is the CFO. I'm the CEO. We literally come out of our pocket for this. And, we deal with, sponsors as well that sponsors things. Like, they may sponsor balloons. They may sponsor, stuff like that. But, we solely was coming out of the pocket for this. So shout out to her. So we are definitely looking for some sponsors for this. Shout out to Big C's Charter Service. He does sponsor a lot for us. He services around the community, period. I mean, he does all the schools everywhere. So big shout out to him and my mama Sonia Simmons, can't forget her. But we are looking for people to still sponsor this event. So if you would like to sponsor, please give me a call. Hit me up on Instagram, Facebook, on our email at all smiles SMILEZ LCF@gmail.com. All Smiles LCF, which stands for Love and Care Foundation @gmail. Now, as far as vendors, we don't really do vendors at the event because of the type of event it is. It's a very classy event. It's not a.
I heard you say something about how classy and how dressed up you're going to
man.
be. Now tell me about the footwear.
You are wearing sneakers this year, okay?
Okay, all
we
right
are wearing
now.
sneakers.
Okay. So who's
No Stacey
blinging
Adams
up?
this year.
I didn't say bringing up. I said who's blinging up sneakers for people. That
Hey.
seems like a business that immediately could get a lot of little chap change.
Okay, so whoever's blinking them out, y'all better tap in. You heard Mr. Wallace. Tap in. We are wearing sneakers this year, okay? We are wearing beautiful dresses, handsome suits, and everything to that nature with the sneakers
Give
this
me
year,
that
okay?
high heel sneaker song.
Okay, so make sure you guys are coming out and dressing. Again, make sure you purchase your tickets, come out and support the nominees, and come see who's gonna take these awards home. This is fun and excitement part about it.
This is a part of spreading the love and the culture.
Yes.
And one thing about it, when black folk put together a program like this, everybody in the world be there.
Man.
Okay, everybody in there, they don't be black.
No.
You don't be black, but you come and want to absorb and be in the middle of that, and you are really invited, and you will be welcomed to show up. It has nothing to do with the melanin content in your skin. It simply
right.
has to do with the desired spirit in your heart. You want to have a good time. You want to spread the love. You want to show that you have the ability, the desire, the historical vision to know that we are all God's children.
That's right.
And that as we step forward together, it's a decision. There's no requirement that we step in together.
Right.
You know, Cain and Abel, God didn't strike them with lightning to make them merge together and be friends. He said, work it out, do what you got to do.
That's it.
And
That's it.
every time we decide to cross the river of evil, the river of misunderstanding, the river of chaos to deal with each other, to use the bridge of forgiveness, to use the bridge of, I didn't hear you, could I get you to say it again?
Right.
To use that possibility of us instead of just me or I is what we're talking about. Spread the love. There's a love that bubbles inside of all of us that gets a lot warmer and a lot more meaningful when we share it with others. So, Ms. Latrice, I appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you.
I appreciate tremendously what you're doing. It's not an easy thing. Mr. Anthony Moodmaster, you've been kicking it all day, but I
Man.
appreciate you.
Sounded
Really,
beautiful
you're
over
doing
there.
a wonderful
Thank
thing there. Eric, let me hear that song. Let me go out with high heel sneakers here a little bit, because it's important that as I saw your flyer describing the beauty, the requirement of high fashion, of big dressing, and then I saw that it's called the sneakers ball. I thought maybe they was talking about sneaking around, but no, we were talking about footwear. Well, how are you gonna? So we're gonna be comfortable in ourselves.
That's right.
We're gonna be comfortable in our high fashion, highfalutin, high attitude of coming together and demonstrating our love for each other.
Yes.
Comfortable doing that. So, baby, put your high heel sneakers on and show up and be what we need for you to be. It's a conflict to accept normal as hate as a normal thing. Don't feel obligated to do that. We need to express the love. We appreciate Attorney Areva Martin. We appreciate the Palm Springs Section 14 survivors for their commitment. And let's let it be not something we tell as a story, but something that we use as fuel to drive ourselves to go forward and realize that once we announce to ourselves and to our heart that there's something that we want to do, that now we have given God the opportunity to help us. Now when we say, God, help us, He knows what we're talking about. You cannot just hope. Hope is not an expression of your faith. You have to get started on that path. You have to take that first step and the second step and the third step, and just when you're getting tired on the fourth step, those of us who have endured and walked through that pain to the next step realize, energy's there. All they got to do is ask for it. And the way to ask for it is to put some out. Listen, this has been a great show, great opportunity for me. I love it. I thank you all for being here with me. I look forward to next week under two circumstances. Under two circumstances. One, if the good Lord's willing, and the creek don't rise.
NBC News on KCAA Loma Linda, sponsored by Teamsters Local 1932, protecting the future.